Okay, if you're wondering, like, why the hell are you wearing the same freaking shirt? Like, first of all, I have a lot of white shirts here, and second, I don't fucking care. So keep your opinions to yourself, because I don't fucking care. Hello, dear friend. It's Sean. So, welcome to the first episode of Art to Heart Talk. So, basically, it is my fifth time trying to record this video. Oh my god, there's sobrang ingay sa labas. R.E. Shut up, Sophie. Char. So I've decided to reshoot everything and record everything because I don't have classes right now and it's currently Friday and my professor didn't show up on my second subject. So we all have the freaking time right now to spend in filming this video. So basically I've been ditching this painting, which as you can see is right here, and it's been a couple months since the last time I painted this. And I feel so bad kasi this was supposed to be my gift for my friend Emmy for her birthday last month. Pero as I've mentioned, I wasn't able to finish this right on time. Pero I also don't want to rush things out kasi I know I will regret this after kasi I will get overboard on this thing and I will definitely ruin this. So I posted an IG story the other day asking you guys to drop some questions about art. I just chose some questions and please don't be offended if I didn't choose your question kasi I don't want to answer like for an hour. So I jotted down all the questions para hindi na ako mahirapang maghanap or whatsoever. But the first question is, when did you realize that you were into arts? So when I was little, like I always loved drawing and sketching, and especially those characters that I've always watched on the television. Mainly all the Disney princesses and my favorite cartoon characters. Pero I remember that my mom had this mini portfolio or something like that. She had this little compilation of my work which she would always show to our relatives and her friends, which is kind of funny to be honest. But to be honest, I don't know where it's at now or at some point in the past, like nawala siya. But I think that is one of the factors which pushed me to continue doing art, and also my family being so supportive of me and my interest in art. Like that truly pushed me to consider taking an art-related program, which is interior design. And even though I always tell people na parang I want to be an architect someday or whatever. But there are a lot of things that have changed through the years and I'm not really mad about it and I'm happy naman with my choices in life. As of now, what is your art style and how to be confident with your own art style? To be honest, I don't have a particular art style, but I'm more drawn into this impressionistic side. Kasi making realistic things such as this one, even though it's kind of impressionistic, is kind of frustrating me in some way because it triggers my perfectionist side. So I get so frustrated when things doesn't go my way, but I'm slowly embracing the imperfections of my works because I always believe that art is not meant to be perfect in the first place. And being confident with it is not that easy at first kasi we would always compare our work from other people's work, but having a little patience for ourselves could go a long way in making things work. What do you do when you're making art and it doesn't look like the way you picture it out in your mind? So a lot of times I experience this and it makes me feel so disappointed about myself kasi I know that I can do better than that. Pero minsan I try not to think about it that much kasi constantly thinking about it causes me to panic. And I tend to change a lot of things or madami kong tinataparan hanggang sa mas lumalala na yung state ng artwork. Kaya minsan nililipat ko yung attention ko sa ibang mga bagay. Para during that time, I will be able to rest and my brain would prevent from over-analyzing things, especially for that artwork itself. And basically my mind would be in reset mode, so it doesn't feel too much like a task for me at the end of the day. So who is your favorite interior designer slash vlogger? So my favorite designers as for the moment is Albert Hadley and Karen Bond. And Karen has this YouTube channel and I really love how raw her clips or videos are kasi it totally shows people like what or how an interior designer works, even in the office or even inside. Like it captures all the moments from the start of the planning until the finishing process of the project itself. And on the other hand, cat creature is one of my favorite art vloggers here on YouTube. I really love how Annabelle captures the raw moments in her life, and it's just really magical. And to be honest, her work is one of the best here on YouTube, and I think she's one of the best art vloggers in the industry. So yeah. So what form or type of art describes you the most? I would definitely say painting. I don't know, definitely one of my paintings, to be honest, kasi I consider myself as a work in progress as of now. Kasi there are a lot of things that I've been figuring out in my life right now. Yet I see this as a blessing in disguise also for myself. Kasi it reminds me that there are a lot of blank spaces on myself, like for growth and to learn new things that could change or literally change my life. How do you express yourself using art? So sometimes I just paint whatever I have in mind. But the one thing that I've acquired through the years is to be fearless or never be afraid of change and growth, especially in experimenting and going out your comfort zone. So I believe that anything that we do is already an expression, and it's just a matter of going with the flow and making art and splashing those creative juices you have in mind right now. Like, art is a very subjective matter, so basically there's no right or wrong in doing it. So through our imagination, like, just go with the flow and do whatever you want. See, in the end, the possibilities are limitless. So how do you overcome creative block, and how do you overcome your insecurities? So this is something that I've been struggling at for the past few years, but I've realized that overworking myself causes me to feel drained, and constantly doing this always leads me to me suffering from creative or art block. And I guess not letting myself breathe always makes me feel na parang sinasakal ako or something that hinders me on doing what I want. But during the break, like, I try to find some time to take some breaks and let myself breathe and for my mind to think freely. And that really helped me to somewhat overcome that creative block. And I know it doesn't end there, but in case it happens again, like, I would be able to handle this better than what I did before. On the other hand, handling my insecurities is taking me a longer time, I guess, kasi they keep on coming back because I always let them enter my system. Pero natutunan ko the past year na parang never compare your work. I know that sounds very cliche, but there's no other way to start than that. And yes, you can admire someone else's work, but that doesn't mean that you should beat up yourself for not doing better than that, or even having the same standards as that. So by doing that, we're holding ourselves from growth because we diminish ourselves too easily. So we should always remember that there's going to be someone na mas magaling sa atin, or there will be someone who's going to make better jobs than us. Pero that's totally fine, kasi at the end of the day, lagi mong tatandaan na in a crowd full of people, there will always be someone who looks up to you and to your craft. And to be honest, making art is not a competition, rather it is a personal growth for us, or journey, in which you can learn a lot of things from your peers or friends instead of comparing yourself from them. So I have here 3 questions which are basically the same, and they are: where do you get your inspiration making art, and how do you find the motivation to do art, and what keeps you motivated? So at most times, like, I really feel so unmotivated to do things, pero lagi kong iniisip na parang if hindi ko sisimulan, like, wala talagang mangyayari sa akin. And I see art as a form of a trial and error, kasi there will always be those instances na hindi talaga perfect, or we always have those errors na we commit in doing art. And that's totally fine, kasi at the end of the day, when we keep on working on that despite everything, na parang ang daming error or whatsoever, parang we slowly see these things as an inspiration rather than a hindrance for us. And it helps us and motivates us to do better jobs in our work. So just keep on looking on your surroundings, or even on the internet. Like, there are a lot of possible art inspos, pero let's try our best to keep our own or make our own one. Kasi I mean, there's nothing wrong naman in taking inspiration from other artists, where kasi we also learn from their techniques, ideas, and whatnots. Pero never let imitation hinder you or stop you from creating your own mark as an artist. Favorite artwork. So I have a lot of favorites as of now, but to be honest, right this second, like, my favorite art is this one, like what I'm doing right now. Not just because I'm painting my friend Emmy, pero yeah, it's the process and the thought that counts. Kasi there were a lot of ups and downs and imperfections of this painting, pero that's what makes it unique, to be honest. And this painting took me so long to make, and I'm currently in the progress of doing this. And this is the first painting that has been taking me a while, kasi to be honest, whenever I paint, like, I always paint in a day or less. But during the process, like, it's really humbling to know na hindi mo talaga alam lahat. And with that, it opens myself for growth, both on art and my personal self. And at the end of the day, it encourages us to keep on creating and keep on learning from our personal experiences and to our works as well. Kasi at the end of the day, everything will be worth it naman through our perseverance and patience for ourselves. So I think that is it for this day, and I don't know, I know I'm not halfway done pa with this, but let's just keep on doing this and let's enjoy the process and appreciate everything as of now. And please don't beat up yourself if you don't see progress on yourself or your work. Kasi I know you'll get there naman someday. And thank you for being here with me, and I really appreciate your presence as of now. So I'm sending you this virtual hug for you guys. And until next time, bye.